AI search can give you a fast, confident answer, but fast and confident doesn't always mean sourced, current, or complete. And here's the proof. The Pew Research Center found that when people saw an AI summary in Google, they clicked regular links less often. That means the AI summary may help, but it can also make us stop checking too soon and accept what may not be the best answer. So today, I'm giving you the simple decision rule for when to use AI search versus when to use a normal Google search, and when to use both. I'll also give you 5 questions to ask the AI to make sure it isn't BSing you when it answers. Hey, I'm DK, and if you want to stop wasting time bouncing between 12 tabs, half trusting an AI summary, and wondering if you missed something important, then hit like, subscribe, and click that notifications bell to all. Normal Google search gives you a list of sources. AI search tries to give you an answer. Instead of asking, what type of search is better? The better question is, what job am I trying to do? If you need an explanation, a summary, a comparison, a plan, a draft, or a next step, AI search may save you time. But if you need an original source, an official rule, a current price, local hours for a business, a tax deadline, a safety warning, medical guidance, a legal requirement, or a return policy, classic Google search still matters. Your search problem is usually not the question. It's the risk level of your question. So we have 2 kinds of search that we're talking about today. Source first search in Google versus summary first search in AI. So AI is great for helping you think. But when the answer affects your money, health, legal decisions, safety, taxes, or your reputation, you need a source first type of search in Google, not the summary first type search from AI. So comment search if you've ever read an AI answer and thought, wait, should I double check that? Drop the word search down below if that's ever happened to you. So we'll use a traffic light analogy to work through this. Green means use AI first. Yellow means use AI plus verification. And red means to focus on official sources by using a search engine like Google. So the green searches that work best with AI are explanations, summaries, brainstorming, improving a blog post outline, rewriting an offer, replying to a customer complaint, or extracting action steps from meeting notes. That yellow search, where we'll use the combination of AI plus a double check, would be things like product comparisons, travel planning, doing research if we had pests in a garden, a business strategy, competitor research, and if we're looking for the best tool for a certain function. Because in a yellow search, AI can help, but you still need to double check the dates, the sources, the reviews, and the official pages. So our red search, the one we'll use a search engine like Google for, would include medical, legal, financial, tax, or safety information, government benefits, official forms, local hours for a business, deadlines, prices, breaking news, warranties, and return policies. So use Google for those and go directly to the original source for that information. Let's look at an example of a yellow search, the one where we start with AI and add the verification of a search engine like Google. Let's say you created an online workshop and you're charging for this workshop, but you soon realize that the workshop offer is not converting with your potential customers. A normal Google search might give you some general marketing advice, but AI search can turn that messy information into a decision. So let's say you type this query in: why aren't people buying my workshop? The issue with this query is that the search is too broad. It asks the internet to guess. Neither the search engine nor the AI have enough data to give you a solid answer. So let's improve the information we're inputting and let's create an after version of that where we give more context. I sell a beginner-friendly AI workshop for small business owners who feel overwhelmed by AI tools. Search the web for common reasons beginners hesitate to buy AI training. Prioritize sources from the last 6 months when possible. Separate real buyer objections from assumptions. Then give me 5 offer edits I can test with one sentence explaining why each edit might help. Include links to the sources that you used. So see the difference here? The before search we had was very vague. This after version gives the AI a customer, a goal, a source requirement, and output format. Again, this is a yellow search example. AI can help you think through the offer, but before you change your price, your claim, or your guarantee, make sure you verify the AI's advice against trusted sources and also against your own customer feedback. Now, let's look at an example of a green search. Let's say you're planning a family reunion meal. AI search can organize the plan before you start shopping. A good prompt we could use for this is, help me plan a simple family reunion meal menu for 80 people with a mix of 40 adults and 40 kids. I need budget-friendly dishes, at least 3 make-ahead options, and a separate list of questions I should ask guests about allergies or dietary restrictions before I finalize the menu. That's green. AI can organize those ideas and remind you what to ask. But allergies and food safety are not freestyle topics. If someone has a serious allergy, always check the labels of any food you'll be preparing, ask the guest directly about their allergies, and use trusted food safety guidance. So, a question for you. At this point in your AI journey, which personal task would you trust AI to organize? A trip, a family meal, a home project, or some personal paperwork? Let me know down in the comments. And now let's look at our last search in our traffic light analogy, the red search. Remember that AI is only an early starting point when the answer is fact critical. And we consider something fact critical when an error in the facts can impact your health, finances, safety, legal decisions, taxes, or your reputation. In this instance, use a classic Google search or go directly to the official source. Again, some examples of red searches or questions that sound like this. What's the rule? What's the deadline? What's the current price? Because often people try to use AI for things like current prices, but often it's not able to pull that up to the minute information, and you need to go to that official website for that information. Or you can use something like the Google Shopping app for more up-to-date current information. Another example of a red search is, what does the policy say? What does my doctor, bank, school, insurance company, or government agency say? So you can jot this down or screenshot this. When the source matters more than the summary, go classic Google search. If you're checking a return policy, go to the company's official return policy page. If you're checking a tax deadline, go to the IRS's official website or your state tax agency's website. If you're checking a medical question, always verify anything you get with a qualified medical professional or a trusted medical source. AI can help you prepare your questions or start your research, but it should not be your official end answer for medical issues. So let's talk about checking AI. So after the AI gives you an answer, don't just say thank you and move on. Ask it to check itself. And there's a few different ways it can do that. I have a hallucinations video that's linked down in the comments that will help give you step-by-step to check. And here are also 5 follow-up questions you could use to check the AI. Number 1, ask the AI, what sources did you use? Number 2, Ask the AI which parts of your answer are uncertain or likely to change. You can also again break that down into percentages, so check that out in the video linked in the description. You can ask it, how certain on a scale of this to this are you, if you want to break that down even further. Number 3, what would make your answer wrong? Number 4, what should I verify at an official source? And number 5, give me the exact Google searches I should run next. And this is how AI becomes your thinking partner instead of just an answering machine. So today, you learned how to determine when to use AI for searches versus when we need a good old Google search. And if you want to build the perfect prompt every time, check out my ultimate perfect prompt masterclass linked in the description. And if you want to build your prompt library where you have reusable prompts that you can just copy and paste to get good, consistent results, grab your free prompt library in my free AI Prompt Boss School community. I'll see you there. And remember, you don't have to become an AI search expert overnight. You just need a safer decision rule and the confidence to slow down when the source matters. You just learned how to keep AI useful instead of overwhelming. And I hope you learned something useful today, bestie. Happy prompting, and I'll see you next time.